Need some tunes up in this biatch. Need some tunes up in this biatch.
For my little niggas in the streets, I had to spit it to him. That ain't me, that's a nigga in his living room. You expecting the world to catch him on tour, singing a different tune. If I fuck around and give it to him, you in enough in them tunes, I'm in enough in them tunes. Crip keeper, big reaper coming out of each speaker. Cocktails, composed of oxtails, different shrooms, cheap reapers, sending smoke signals like Indians, like me and Scythians. Let's be abundant and clear. We stunt in this year. Clips and pussies till sun disappear. Let me sum up this hair. A commandment and one quote. Swallow pride. Leave you with lump approach or dumb approach. Or get you booked like Hannon with the cutthroat. All this ice bringing me heat. You can look Bordeaux and reach or come close. Or get cooked with these cannons. In these streets, yeah, my gun go. Rat-a-tat-tat like a drum show. At work back fast. Show don't run slow. Blast to the backs when the pump go. Run, Ricky, run. Cause all hell is about to unfold.
Solid as a rock like Ashford and Simpson. Talk about the real one, you the last one that's mentioned. We was in the field with the last of the henchmen. You was in the house and your ass was with Vincent. Abu Dhabi, I was raised on Bobby. We in the last days, they betrayed Mugabe. The wave is godly, I'm focusing. We never was supposed to win. Took $1 billion out the stores like the Olsen twins. 93 Palladium, 92 Stadium. The legend Red Pill, yeah, bottles of Excedrin. Nosebleeds like 11, rosaries like the Reverend. Overseas with my brothers in the upside down world. Off-white dark forces, upside down crosses, etherical nooses. Strangle while dreaming, quantum entangled with angels and demons. 44 rats on the talismans, major keys of the Solomon. We the children of a lesser god, made in the image of Joan Chesamard. Slow your horses, show your sources, know your forces. Corpus delicti, corporate neckties. Corsican pirates took courses in Bed-Stuy.
There you have it, y'all. Road to Wakanda. The next single, I believe, off of that 6-episode series, Twin the Movie. Shout out to my brother Cambada. Shout out to Blue Pillar 44. Yeah, welcome to Third Eye Thursdays, number 10. Okay, Third Eye Thursday, number 10, featuring none other than your brother Red Pillar. Peace to the family. Can I get a roll call for who's in the building tonight before we get into this episode? This monument as we close out the fiscal year of 2018, a very interesting calendar year. And we're going to go through the year. We're going to peel back. We're going to go back in the time machine. We're going to review some things. We're going to even talk about some of the greater things that happened this year. We're going to give people their roses for the work that they put in 2018. All right. Shout out to North Carolina, Charlotte, Philly, Detroit, Los Angeles, Savannah in the building, the Bronx, Chicago, Boston, Nashville, Pennsylvania. Okay. Boston, Maryland, Peoria, Illinois, the deck, Midwest, baby. All right. New Jerusalem, VA. You feel me? This is Mississippi. This is for everybody. H-Town, Miami, Kansas, Birmingham, Phoenix, Chi-Town, Portland. So everybody that's in the room tonight, just pay attention to who's saying that they live near you. Okay. Oakland, DC, Indiana, Portland, Oregon, Chi-Town, Phoenix. Come on, man. Bay Area. We everywhere. You never there. Harlem. Okay. Alabama, New Orleans, VA by way of PA. And on God, I swear to God, on everything, I've probably been to 80% of those states that I'm calling out right now. I've probably been to 80% of those places. Okay? Sacktown, Newark, Atlanta, Cleveland. What's really good? As you can see, family, this is a global conversation. This is a nationwide conversation. You know what I'm talking about? Your network is your net worth. 756 DC, Pennsylvania, Brooklyn, BK, Columbus, Ohio. Okay. The family is in the building. I want to say salute. I want to say shout out. I want to say love and light to everybody that's in the building who's able to join us. Okay. Today on this date. What's today's date? December. What is it? It's the 28th right now, but December the 28th, 2018. Because you could have been anywhere, but the fact that you're here, you know what I mean? And you could have been a victim of Bird Box. You feel me? So the fact that you're here and the fact that you're in proper health, because if you're watching this and listening to this, you're definitely in the right place. You're definitely in the right mind. Mental health, emotional health, spiritual health, physical health, economic health. That's what I always ask the family before I open up, because that's very important. And hopefully, if you're not in that place, by the end of this episode tonight, you'll be somewhat in that place or on your way to getting there, because we go in it over here. You know what I'm talking about? We do that. Shout out to Denver. Shout out to Detroit. It's so cold. Yo, what up, though? You know, Dayton, Ohio. Now, listen at it. Look at this simple demonstration that I just did right now when I said roll call, right? Let's be visionaries. Let's be creative right here at the cusp, at the end of 2018. Nigga, we made it. We're here. We're going into a whole new calendar year. And I know that most of us ain't the type that we on Facebook writing about, well, in 2019, you know what I'm saying? It's no more this and no more that. And, you know, all of that fake shit that people be doing. Oh, I'm going to get my body right. No, we're not making those kind of resolutions. But what we see right now with roll call from everybody around America and outside of the borders of the United States of America, yeah, Kuji Kagalia, you know what I'm talking about? To everybody, you know, we'll talk about that in a minute. So we see that we have a network, and I say that your network is your net worth. So if we have people from every single state connecting through I-95 going all the way to the end of America on the West Coast, then we have the solutions that we need, or at least we're beginning to get there. We don't need to wait for the fiscal year to end to begin to recognize that opportunity is always available to us, that the opportunity to change and to level up and to link up and to organize and to actually do something, right? Rather than just watch something, or rather than just talk about something that exists. So if nothing else showed you at the end of this fiscal year, because this is the end of the business calendar year when books go from red to black and whatnot. Okay, this is a business holiday that's coming up. So what you have to do is take a toll of the business that you were doing in 2018 during that calendar year, and then properly prepare what's to come tomorrow. Right now, based off of the information that I personally have, and other like the shifters, like my master teachers, like people that are in my network that don't come, they could make the fact that we exist in all of these states and we're vibrating on a certain frequency. There's ways to make this shit a very a very interesting, a very optimistic, a very solution-based future. Your network is your network. And me personally, my Rolodex, you know what I'm talking about? You know, my black book, just my contacts that I have alone. And I'm connected to people who are connected to people. So that's the power of the internet. That's the power of the fact that we are in this, what is known as the light code era, or what they call the electrified age. We live in a day and time where excuses are null and void. Why? Because you're afforded technology that can advance, do, never able to. So we haven't even tried out anything collectively. Or we're not even measuring what was tried and didn't fail. You feel me? Or what didn't work and whatnot. So we have to really take a toll and begin to implement what the hell works, what formulas are working, what solutions are working, who's actually making change on a global scale in the thousands, in the hundreds of thousands. Me personally, when you tally up, go and add up the shifters, Sister Ajna, Rizza Islam, Billionaire PA, 19 Keys, Pop Darby, Red and Blue Pill, Brother Ben X, Rizza Islam. Just tally up the following. First of all, then you got followers past the millions. Now tally up the results of what the Healing Place has been able to do, what Derek Grace and the Unlearn Relearn Academy is being able to do, and the in-home banking, what Brother Ben X is able to do with the programs that he's been implementing, what Red and Blue Pill has been doing with Noda Ledge Media, Noda KTL University, KTL Radio, appearing on multiple platforms and streaming millions of times around the world on hundreds and thousands of videos. And that's just one little thing. You know what I'm talking about? But what about that part? So you have to begin to make an assessment in this quarter that we exist in, when we are affecting the world with our minds first and foremost, with our intellectual property, which is being utilized as intellectual warfare, and what? In the midst of a culture war, that's one. In the midst of a psyop soft war, that's two. In the midst of a race war, that's three. In the midst of a silent weapons for quiet wars, that's four. In the midst of some interdimensional war that's taking place, they just had the skies lighting up blue in New York. Facts. I thought that, you know what I'm talking about? I thought they was filming, Coming to America Part 2. The shit was mad lit up. I thought it was a movie in a park somewhere in Harlem. I get on the internet and I'm seeing that the niggas in Brooklyn, A.A. Rashid showing video from his window. I'm seeing people in the Bronx. They talking about aurora lights, northern lights in New York City. And then you niggas is running around talking about Bird Box. I didn't know what the fuck Bird Box was. I went on Google and put Bird Box. It took me to Pornhub. I thought I saw Bird Box. And then I found out it was a movie. You know what I'm talking about? But I'm thinking in Bird Box, it was some alien type shit. So it's all kind of conflicts. But then again, there's nothing taking place at the same damn time. At the same damn time. It's this shit going on. It's the threat with Putin and China and all of this crazy shit, the trade war. They just put out a in a farm bill. Trump made the importation of dog and cat meat illegal in the United States. That is a result of the trade war and the tariff war that he has launched against China. If you don't deal with any kind of wholesaling business, if you're just a customer and you're not a business owner, you don't know nothing about that. You don't even understand what that means. But there's a full-blown war on an economic scale based off of imports coming into United States of America. Translation, Alibaba, nigga, getting to the bag. Yeah, that shit, what the big boys is touching, the big money. So Trump just made the importing of cat meat and dog meat illegal. It was legal in 44 states. This is all facts. You don't take nothing that I say for God. Back my shit up. It's always a backup to it. You always gonna get some sources. Go to mystery meat. Obligated. Remember, America is doing business with China, so they're letting them import cat and dog meat to the Americas, and they're exporting it, right? But they're allowing them to feed niggas in the hood cat and dog, and then they say, no, we don't know anything about that, because they're not obliged to tell you that, because they're in business with them in the farm bill, where he showed niggas, look, it was legal to sell you niggas cat and dog meat all of these years. That's a super fact. And that was that chewy ass bubblegum chicken that you niggas was chewing in the broccoli and motherfucking chicken special. That wasn't chicken. That shit was like Big Lee. Remember the Big Lee chew? You could blow a bubble with some of that chicken. So remember, America kills its livestock. It has this is the deal that they have with China. Go and research it. They kill the livestock and send it over to China to get processed. China thus sends the meat back to the Americas. Do you know how long that process takes? It takes mad long for Jordans to get to the Americas. So imagine how long it's going to take a nigga sending lamb chops back and forth or pig knuckles back and forth. And what do they do with the ground meat? What do they do with the hot dogs? Because dog and cat is legal in America. What you think they do? They put it in a stir fry. If they put it in a stir fry, remember, it's not enough cows on the planet to feed you niggas with hamburger fetishes. All of you hamburger helpers and niggas that want to eat steak, it's not enough animals to feed niggas. They're making mystery meat and they got broke. They have deals with China. Niggas is eating counterfeit meat. And you are what you eat. Okay? Yo, it's a lot of bad bodies out here, B. And I'm not just talking about people who, got indigestion and no, I'm just saying that the GMO of these fake foods is creating something out of our people. Bird Box. Bird Box. So you got to be very mindful of what's going on with these people that we're talking about. This is diabolical in a way that unless you take your emotions out of this thing and be honest with yourself, okay, and take an assessment of what is going on around you, where everyone that you can think of is succumbing to these mystery illnesses, and they're succumbing to life-threatening diseases at young and old and all kind of ages. We could give you horror stories, American horror stories, because I shared with the family earlier in the year about what? About the fact that when we looking at the police brutality, what's taking place inside the hospitals with the black woman, okay? Say her name, all right? I just saw the Sandra Bland documentary on HBO. We're going to talk about that before the show is over. Say her name. There's so many of our sisters that are being assaulted by that knife. Remember, they get y'all with a smile on their face because it's not about brutality when you're dealing with the divine feminine. They lull you to sleep, literally anesthesia, and carve out pieces of you. Okay? And then they bankroll all kind of practices and all kind of mind states and all kind of, lifestyles that are going to threaten your health and put you in a vulnerable situation and position, such as the whole fake body craze and whatnot. Good Morning America and all of the media outlets, they promote that. They're behind that. They're in bed with other people to push people's minds into that direction. But the level of malpractice that is taking place, the level of hysterectomies and C-sections and butchery that's taking place inside of these institutions with these people in these white coats that our people not only trust, fear them, they're authoritative figure to anything they say. This is the new priesthood, pharmacopoeia, the pharmacy and the rituals, the Rite Aid and all of that. People talked about that. They explained to you who these people are. So yeah, they giving out C-sections like tattoos. Okay? People is like, oh, you brothers better be safe out there. But we're dealing with quiet weapons for silent wars. We're dealing with a lot of shit. And I didn't even see Bird Box the movie, but from based off of what I've been hearing, I heard Dot breaking it down earlier, right? He was saying that it was based off of something with the third eye, and people couldn't look the killer. They couldn't look the killers in the face. or the aliens in the face and whatnot. So what I relate that to, give me 1 minute. I gotta make some wax, some glue out of this thing. Yeah, go and research silent weapons and quiet wars. Okay, go and research. That's from the book Behold the Pale Horse. Okay, that's from the book Behold the Pale Horse. You can Google that right now on the internet, and you will be able to read the chapter that I'm talking about. Quiet weapons for silent wars. And when we read this in the early 90s, this world that exists right now did not exist. This reality, this holographic reality, this movie that we're living through, us, it didn't exist, but it existed in the pages of those books, and they explained to us what was going to come in the near future. And then we got a better translation and a better interpretation on what is taking place by our master teachers when they came along before the YouTube era, before the social media era, and they laid down the information the way that it was supposed to be laid down. Okay, I'll deal with that later. So that's what, you know, and those and what those people did is they laid out strategy wise, they laid it out prophetic wise, prophecy wise, what the future was going to hold. And when you look around, you can see that. The mic is messing up. Yeah, some wax fell on the phone, y'all. Hold on. Let me see something. Give me 1 minute, y'all. Y'all can hear me on the tube. If y'all can't hear me on the gram, I'm gonna have to cut it off. Give me 1 minute, y'all. Can y'all hear me good on the gram? I'm good. Yeah, it's perfect. All right, I'm gonna have to shut this gram thing down. All right. Yeah, so let's get into it. You said talk about Bird Box. I didn't see Bird Box. I told you I went and watched the wrong Bird Box. You know what I'm talking about? I didn't see it. You know, I'm gonna go watch it. But I seen enough people talking about it. So, you know, it's what it is. Like, some people said it's good, some people said it's not. I'm not that obliged to go and watch it. I'm gonna check it out when I get time. Yeah, the blue lights in the sky, y'all. I'm in Harlem. I'm leaving 125th Street. I look up in the sky, and the sky is flashing blue, like heavy blue lights, and green, like a blue lights with green, with like a green background. So I thought it was strange. You know what I mean? I thought it was strange. And then I went on my phone and I started seeing mad people posting some shit. So apparently Con Edison said that a transformer, right? Bumblebee, a transformer blew. And as a result of that, we're seeing blue lights in Harlem and the Bronx. Now, if niggas believe that one, I don't know what to tell them, because I was in Harlem and it was directly above the sky. The sky was blue. It wasn't no damn transformer. The transformer not connected to the sky. It's connected to niggas' cable and whatnot. What are you talking about? How could something explode and the shit is lighting up the clouds? Like, it don't make no sense. Go and look at the video. Like I said, they know that the people have been dumbed down to such a large degree, and they understand the control that they have over mass media as well as the internet. Remember, there's no more free speech on the internet. If 2018 may have signaled something, I'm not going to say that it signaled the end of it, but it's signaling that there's going to be a lot more censorship taking place by the people who have done what? After you've seen Zuckerberg going to the Senate and all of that fake stuff about the information that they already sold up on your asses, and they already admit, and they're telling you, look, we're taking all your shit, like nothing is private anymore. You know, these people, the government is, you know, I mean, it's a no-brainer. These are surveillance. These are not social media apps. These are not networks. These are sophisticated surveillance conglomerates. Google, Facebook, YouTube. You know, there's something called the social scale system in China. Have you heard about that? They have a social score system in China. So your social media activity, the activity that you have in public, the way that you carry yourself in public, the way that you're anti-government or pro-government on the internet reflects in your credit score. It's a social credit score. And people are doing everything in their power in China to maintain a high credit score. It's a level of programming and social engineering and whatnot, mixed with technology that was already programmed into people's minds through Black Mirror. It was called predictive programming. They gave you an episode where they show you how that shit was going to play out. So as you see the different social media platforms morph into what you see going on in China by way of taking away privacy, by way of censoring, but they're not just going to censor, they're going to make it to whereas if you don't go along with the narrative, or if you try to go anywhere outside of the box that they're going to designate as YouTube, Google, and Facebook and Instagram safe, right? Then they're going to basically shut you down and scrub you from the internet. And they're going to put you on the niggas is going to ban you from the building. How about being banned from the internet? You know what I'm saying? Fuck Facebook, fuck going to Facebook jail. How about you can't even get online in the future? So as YouTube, because remember, they're tying their boycotts and their protests into ad dollars, into sponsorship, into the people like Pepsi and all of these people who are spending billions of dollars in those little commercials that annoy you, that come up. They don't really come up during this video because guess what? The shit is not monetized. You know what I mean? Like they demonetize everything I do because of the algorithms, because of the censorship. Because of the censorship. So people who are speaking the truth, you understand? People who are standing on the truth, people who are speaking things and they coming into fruition, people who are soothsaying and prophesizing and dropping gems. You understand? They should be they should definitely be patronized. There should be more attention given to the ideas and to the creativeness and to the formulas that some of these people are sharing with you. You feel me? And nothing is going to get easier. We are headed towards 2020. This is going to, you think the quickening happened in 2018 and everything was happening at a quick pace. As we get closer to 2020, the quickening is only going to speed up. So you got to be strapped in. I'm strapped in. I clap you in the coma. You know what I'm saying? You better be strapped in. You need to be strapped in. Distractions and subtractions and no action, that should not be something that you go into this new quarter with. You feel me? You need to leave the bullshit behind when the ball drops. You feel me? Yeah, you heard those coins drop when the ball drops. So I'm strapped in. You know, I clap you in a coma, madness. I snap at any moment. You know, there's no such thing as 2018 being bad. If you think that it was bad, you didn't learn the lesson. There's no bad. It was not bad. 2018 was a chock full of lessons. On Melanin Monday, which is on Monday, which is New Year's Eve, I'll take that time to recap all of the shit that took place this year. But maybe right now I'll go through some favorites of mine. Favorite new podcast, Urban X with Black Dot and his son. That's the illest thing on the internet. Why? Because you have a legend. Bigger Nine, you have a legend, Black Dot, one of my master teachers, okay? When he put out the book, Urban Hip Hop Decoded, he changed everything. Remember the power of the pen and the power of the book. If you have a legend on a show with his son and he's able to be himself and his son is able to be himself and he has the ears of the youth in his son, nigga, that's the bridge that nobody is used to seeing. Okay? That's therapeutic in it of itself. So he's a legend for that. We could only wish those of us who are doing this work and we got babies and children and whatnot. We could only wish, fuck everything about saving the world and whatever you niggas be trying to, whatever smoke niggas be trying to blow up your nose. All we wish is for our seeds and our family and our loved ones to be good before anything. So we want our seeds to walk in our footsteps and be better than us. If even, it don't mean that they got to be lecturing, but we want them to appreciate all of this sacrifice, all of this research, because when I was doing research, young son of mine, I was taking away all of the time that I could have been spending with you. When I was doing all of this teaching and traveling, young daughter of mine, it was taken away from me being able to be with you because I was obligated to do some shit for the people. So the best thing that you could do for me is to sit up with me and let's build on the things that you know I love. Black Dot is living his best life. Facts. Because that's what a parent wants. His son ain't out there trying to be hotepping it and doing all of this stuff. He's just intelligent because he's representing the DNA of the dot. He don't got to be all, you know, oh, I'm down with the consciousness. And no. Malcolm is Malcolm. And that's important. And that's important that we see that. You know what I mean? And them brothers do a very good job covering topics that everybody, not everybody, but their audience, right? Because Black Dot is hip hop. That's the culture. So wherever hip hop is in 2018, you can't blame him. He's going to cover it. He's going to build on it because it's relevant, because it's what's in front of you niggas' eyes. It's the shit you niggas watch. And if you don't watch it, the young thought that you're trying to seduce, she watches it, and you're gonna watch it because she watches it. And if you don't watch it, your little man on his iPhone X, you know what I mean? He's like 4 and shit. He watches it on the way to the daycare. You know what I'm saying? So we're just giving you keys so you niggas could unlock some of the gates that the youth are putting up to keep you niggas out. A lot of the adults and some of the old heads, they don't be understanding nothing is going on. You need these bars. You know what I'm saying? You niggas should give me a thank you card on Kwanzaa because I didn't get nothing from you on Christmas. You know what I'm talking about? So we got 7 days. It's Kuji Kagalia right now. And my Cash App is Phil Moreland. Okay? Yeah, show some unity. Ain't that what it is? A lot of people couldn't get on track in 2018. This was a seed planting year. Go get the Farmer's Almanac. This was a seed planting year. This was like in the movie. This was the second scene, nigga. The showdown is in 2020. Get your mind right. This was a learning phase. This shit was fucking detention. God damn it. You know what I'm talking about? This was house arrest. This was house arrest. This year was house arrest. What did you learn from it? How did it chisel you out, my nigga? How many facets of diamonds are surfacing as a result of the pressure? Because I don't fuck with broken people. You know what I'm saying? We got to get ourselves put together, my nigga. I deal with people post-Asarian, after your ass got put together, but we can help put you back together. So 2018, if you pay attention to the lessons that were being taught, it was a monumental year. Those people that you call white supremacists, those people who you give power to and you really shook from, yeah, they showed me that they real fucking corny this year. How about that? They showed me that they really not with the smoke. They showed me that the fear of a black planet and the fear of a black or more Messiah is ever more realer than ever. They made me a legend. With all of the fuck shit that they was doing this year, they made me a legend. All kind of shit that we talked about came to pass. So y'all niggas giving energy to Donald Trump. You know what I mean? Like, you're giving energy to what? Black Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you giving your attention to? What are you giving your energy to? You know what I'm saying? What are you giving your you know, what are you giving your mind to? So 2018 represents a lot for us. 2018 represents, you know, change for the better. Let me get you a better view. Let me give you niggas a better view of life. It's the year of Scorpio. I said it. This was the year, this was Scorpio season. This whole year was the year to Scorpio. Death and resurrection. Wins and losses, nigga. Championships. Motherfucking, what do they call that? They dropped the trailer for Jean Grey. Rise of the Phoenix. Rise of the Phoenix. That's what this year was. Scorpio season. Drake, nigga. Scorpio season. Wins and losses. Champions, nigga. Meek Mill. Championships. You know what I'm saying? That's what this year was. That's what this year was. Very Scorpion-like. A lot of death. A lot of death in the air. You feel me? But a lot of resurrection. You saw people die before you and resurrect right before your eyes. Aubrey, what's his name? Aubrey Graham. You know? It's just, it don't got, yeah. It could be Capricorn season right now, but this whole shit Pluto. Fuck is you talking about? This whole shit Pluto. Sex. Right? Sex. Death. The death gates was open this year. Wide open. Swallowing niggas up. How about it? The death cycle was very strong this year. The Scorpion cycle. Sex. A lot of people, my Instagram and my Facebook, my social media was lit with condolences this year. The portals, the gates were down. The gates were open. They were taking a lot of people back. Aretha Franklin, the queen of soul. Remember, I tell you, she's an archetype. She's an archetype. You know, there's certain artists that represent whole generations. That's how powerful that they are, that they're attached to whole generations. Like Michael Jackson, his spirit is attached to a whole generation. He represents a whole generation. When he was doing bad, they was doing bad, and vice versa, shit like that. Aretha Franklin represents an entire generation of Black women, an archetype. Okay? She has an archetype. She's the queen of soul. And our grandmothers and our great grannies and our aunties and them, and a lot of them, they have that soul that we're talking about, that the modern day, that a lot of people not nowadays don't have. And that's not an insult and whatnot. You have a different kind, you have a different frequency or different vibration kind of soul. But niggas ain't soul brothers right now. So when she made transition, that represented the ending of a certain kind of era. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. All right. But there's bookmarks that we have to be honest. We have to take our emotions out of it. And we just have to deal with the bookmarkings when certain people, when certain entities, when certain, energies, when they leave this planet or when they make transition, that's a bookmark or the book end to a certain kind of era. Like when James Brown made transition, that bookmarked a lot of that whole era. When Michael Jackson, when Prince, they were bookmarking different kind of things. Now you got that nigga who's the one that's covering songs, Jack, who say he was the king of R&B. You feel me? We in a zombie era, bro. This is some other shit. So those eras are being bookmarked. Those those bars are forever raised. You know what I mean? Like now you're dealing with this new level of shit, and it's bottomed out, and it's lower frequency. You understand? It is vibrating from the foundation of what we identified. And in no way do we want to insult anybody, but we identified it as the deaf culture, not culture one, not culture two, not baby culture with Cardi and Offset. Nigga, deaf culture, that culture with a K. That's what we living in. That's what we're in right now. We're in a deaf culture. And